occasionally you might run into a situation where you have a long board and you have to glue on a piece to the end, which would require a 6 or 8 foot bar clamp. If you come up with that situation and you don't have that clamp, sometimes you have to borrow clamps, or you could do something else. And there's a few other ways of working that out. What I want to show you is one way that's a nice way, and it's pretty easy. These are basically they're antique veneer clamps. I bought quite a few of these 20, 30 years ago. They were in a bucket at an antique store, and I asked, well, how much would you want for them? And it was $2 each. They fit on the beam of a clamp, and you can tighten them up and position them, and then clamp this clamp onto the piece you want to glue and have a piece here. Now that situation I have represented right here. So let's take a little bit of time to take a look at this. This block is similar to this, which means I have some sandpaper on the bottom of it, and I have a block underneath. And the reason I have the two blocks and the clamping that is I want to have some space in here to adjust this veneer clamp up or down to find the center of the piece that I'd like to glue. So this part of the molding that I made is already glued on and is pretty solid. This end part comes together in a 45-degree angle, and this is the part that I want to glue. And it's only a small part, it's about 3 inches long. I'm going to take this down. I dry clamped it. Now I'm going to take that. Now here's my piece that I want to glue. I could use normal yellow glue, which is fine. But if you have some of this glue, which is a no-run, no-drip wood glue, it's a really quick set. People who do trim work in houses, and I've done a fair amount of that, will use this, especially above their heads. They'll glue end grain on trim, put it together, and it doesn't drip on them, and they can clamp. So we're going to put some of this on, and I like using thin glue sticks to spread glue because I can take these and throw them out. So I'm going to put that on and let it set for a little bit. Then I'm going to put this on, and same thing here. Now the end grain here will absorb glue pretty quickly. So it's a good idea. It's a little extra. It's a good idea to go back with a little glue and recoat the first piece, the end grain, and then reapply. Now the nice part about this is it has a pretty quick grab. So I'm not rushing to try to get this lined up. I've got it pretty well lined up. Now I'm going to raise this up just a bit, tighten that up a touch. Because it's a miter, I have to come back on both sides. Let's get that in here and tighten that. Not too tight. And then come back and tighten this. And that's it. I didn't need a very long clamp to do that job.